So in this lecture, I'm going to take you through 7 words connected with healthcare. And here are your 7 words: immunise, pathology, pharmaceutical, physiotherapy, practitioner, psychiatry, and anaesthetic. So your first word is immunise. Immunise. If people or animals are immunised, they are protected from a disease, from a particular disease. So they are made immune to the disease. They can't get the disease. And doctors immunise people, usually with an injection into the arm, into the bloodstream, sometimes though through the mouth. So for example, we require that every student is immunised against hepatitis. The monkeys had been immunised with a vaccine. All parents should have their children immunised. A very good idea. Stops disease from spreading. So we immunise against things. You can immunise against flu. You immunise a child or a student. We'd often talk about flu immunisation or a disease, particular disease immunisation like flu. And it's a verb, immunise, so you can have immunises, immunising, immunised, and the noun form is immunisation. Immunisation. So immunise, immunisation. So some synonyms for immunise. Not too many actually. Inoculate, vaccinate. Protect is a more general term for immunise. Here's your next word, pathology. Pathology. Pathology is the study of the way diseases and illnesses develop. So here you have a doctor in this picture trying to work out the pathology of a disease by analysing some blood. Here are some example sentences. Anatomy, physiology and pathology are studied on medical courses. A sample was sent to a pathology laboratory for analysis, maybe a sample of blood. The physician reviewed the pathology of selected disease processes. Some common collocations with pathology: forensic pathology, social pathology, molecular pathology, and you do pathology often in a pathology laboratory. Pathology is a noun. You can have somebody that does pathology is a pathologist. Pathologist, pathologist. And here's your next word, pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical. So pharmaceutical, it means something connected with the production of medicine, often the industrial scale production of medicine. And we talk about the pharmaceutical industry. And pharmaceutical companies, they often manufacture pills. So for example, Roche are a Swiss pharmaceutical company, one of the biggest in the world apparently. The pharmaceutical industry is the second largest in the world. The firm has supplied pharmaceuticals to Africa for many years. So we talk often about the pharmaceutical industry or a pharmaceutical company, and they make a pharmaceutical product. And we also talk about a pharmaceutical firm. And some synonyms for pharmaceutical: drugs, medicine as well. Pharmaceutical. Now here's your next word, physiotherapy. Physiotherapy. So the physiotherapy is the medical treatment for problems that affect the joints, such as the elbow, the knee, or the muscles or the nerves of the body. And it often involves exercises with your body, stretching, or having your body massaged in some way, or moved, or even warmed in some way. This is somebody having a massage, which is a very basic form of physiotherapy. So for example, you can say after his leg heals, he will need several weeks of intensive physiotherapy. An alternative is to visit a physiotherapy clinic. If you experience joint pain, you can undergo a course of physiotherapy. So we often talk about you undergo therapy. That's a very common collocation. You can receive physiotherapy. You need physiotherapy. For example, if your joints hurt or your muscles hurt. And you can go to a physiotherapy clinic. And the person who will give you your physiotherapy is a physiotherapist. Physiotherapist. And here's your next word, practitioner. Practitioner. Doctors are often referred to as practitioners or medical practitioners, and they practice medicine. So here's a medical practitioner hard at work. And some example sentences for practitioner. If in doubt, consult a medical practitioner. To become a qualified practitioner takes several years. If you feel chest pain, visit a medical practitioner immediately. You might be having a heart attack. Some common collocations is a general practitioner, or also known as a GP, is a qualified doctor, often in the UK. A medical practitioner has the same meaning as well. You can consult a practitioner. So if you're not feeling well, you can ask a practitioner questions. You consult a practitioner. And you can also visit a practitioner. So some synonyms for practitioner. Of course, the obvious one, doctor, or consultant, or specialist. Here's a type of specialism as psychiatry. And this is a branch of medicine concerned with the treatment of mental illness. So here you have a psychiatrist with a very sad or depressed patient who needs psychiatry. So psychiatry is a relatively new profession in medicine. She is a consultant in child and adolescent psychiatry. He practices psychiatry at the local hospital. So you can study psychiatry, teach psychiatry, practice psychiatry. And one field of psychiatry is child psychiatry. An adjective for psychiatry is psychiatric. So you often have a psychiatric department in a hospital. And the doctor that carries out psychiatry is a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Here's your next word. Anesthetic. Anesthetic. And an anesthetic is a substance that doctors use to stop you feeling pain during an operation. It can be to make your whole body stop feeling pain, or just a particular part of your body. So for example, if you go to a dentist, you might have an anesthetic in your mouth, but here in this picture, the anesthetic is being given to you as a gas, and this will put you to sleep, so you won't feel anything in an operation. So anesthetic. And the spelling is a little bit tricky, but in American English, often we drop the second A. Here's the British English spelling, Anaes. But often it's spelt like this, especially in American English. So some example sentences. The operation is carried out under general anaesthetic. 73% of women had an epidural anaesthetic during labour, so they didn't feel pain. And the dentist will usually give you a local anaesthetic during dental surgery. So you can have a general anaesthetic, which takes the pain away from your whole body, or a local anaesthetic, which takes the pain away from a particular part of your body, such as the mouth at the dentist. And you go under anaesthetic when the doctor gives you an anaesthetic. And the doctor administers an anaesthetic. So anaesthetic. There is a verb for anaesthetic. Anaesthetic is a noun, and the verb is anaesthetize. Anaesthetize. And the person who gives an anaesthetic is an anaesthetist. Anaesthetist. So some synonyms for anaesthetic. Painkiller. Gas, if the gas, of course, kills pain. Soporific, makes you go to sleep or makes you very drowsy or sleepy, a soporific. And the doctor will often give you a shot to make you feel no pain as well. So there you are, anaesthetic. So there again are your 7 healthcare words: immunise, pathology, pharmaceutical, physiotherapy, practitioner, psychiatry, and anaesthetic.